you need to go to school is not your parents' money, it is money.
Social media is a very big space now. If you must be there, then be intentional about it.
No matter the background you're coming from, there's a place, there's a space for you.
Exactly.
Because if you're thinking, I'm from a poor home, I don't have anything,
There's
you have
someone to
more
help
advantage
you.
because there are people giving scholarships, giving.
It's not even a time of distraction.
Yeah.
Although there is this tendency to get distracted, but if guided properly, at the long run, I had to start carrying to my parents, I need to come back. This place is choking me.
Hi guys, my name is Preciouifeanyi, founder EVERYTHINGTEEN Hub, and on this channel we discuss everything teenagers and how parents can better connect with the teenagers. On this first edition of our podcast, I'm going to be interviewing someone that is already here in the studio with me, someone I love, respect, and admire so much, no other than Coach Eunice Ogbonnaya, a relationship coach who is doing amazing thing on this space. So welcome to the studio, young lady.
Thank you.
You look gorgeous and amazing, by the way.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Okay, so very quick one. We're going to be diving into discussing your journey as a teenager because we have a lot of teenagers who watch this channel and also parents who watch this channel. So we want them to learn the journey of some phenomenal women out there and men who have gone through the stage of teenhood and pick some lessons from their life because you can't experience everything. You can also, you should in fact learn from that of others. So that's the whole essence of this channel. So let's start by sharing briefly your teen experience. What was the highlight of your teenhood or your teen stage?
Oh, being a teenager was amazing. Okay. And at the same time, it was challenging because growing up in the East, especially in Aba, was not a very funny one because we had an environment where it was as if everyone has the same goal. And it was not as if it's a good goal, you know. It's as if they were doing competition. You see girls out there, this one is getting pregnant this month, the next month you're seeing another one.
Single girls.
Single girls.
Teenagers, by the way.
Teenagers.
Because if you say single, to look like you're talking about 30 years or 25 years
You're
old.
looking at 16, 17, some of them, they just finished secondary school, some that managed to finish secondary school. They're not even talking about anything higher institution. So it's not like, and they are the ones that, you know, some small cash that their boyfriends give to them, they try to use it and buy everything, clothes, okay? They are just flaunting themselves. And then it was not as if this is just a trend. And then living in a place like Oweraba made it worse because in that place, it's like it was a norm. It was like the order of the day. Okay. So it's made my teenage life to be a one that I had to make a decision, drastic one. You have to say to yourself, this is what I don't want and this is what I want for you to be able to scale through that period.
Okay, so I'm going to cut in at this point. So you said that you made a decision. So what led to that decision? Was there a background? Because I want to also believe that maybe some of those girls that you mentioned were pregnant, getting pregnant, living radical lifestyles. Maybe they didn't really want to live that way, but it was situational. So let's hear, was there something that you could attribute that kind of decision that you made or the personality that you had that made you make that kind of decision?
Okay, one, it started from background. My family was an awesome one. You know, my mom will always sing. We sing Bible in the house, like we sing it like it's like this is how it should be, you know.
So there was an underlying culture,
yes,
in your family.
The house,
awesome.
And then I had other ones, and then at least they were good to look up to. Okay, and then that. Secondly, I joined the fellowship while I was growing.
Okay.
Acronym FECA.
Okay, let's talk about that. Helped. Tell us a bit about FECA.
Oh, FECA, Federation of Colleges Student Christian Association, helps. Like it's a place where teenagers, young adults, yes, gather to meet, and it was a weekly meeting. The consistency helped because going there every week. I hear different things. I hear that you can actually change your world. I heard that you can make a difference. I heard things like purpose, that stood out for me. You know, hearing about purpose, I now discover that, oh, every human being in this life, you have something you've come here to do, not just to be giving birth anyhow, to be making boyfriends anyhow. And then I could stand to tell those people that were telling me about boyfriend, I told them this is not I don't think this is the main thing, like this is not the number one thing. Yes, having a man in your life is cute, it's beautiful, but then it should not be the number one. Like, shouldn't be a priority.
Yes, at least as a teenager.
Okay.
So you're saying that the background, the family where you came from, and this foundation, this fellowship that you joined was outstanding reasons why you didn't mess up as a teenager.
Exactly.
So let me also ask you this question. Was there, I mean, beyond all of this, you're saying that you had an amazing teenhood, but it was also challenging. So was there a mistake or a choice that you made as a teenager that right now you look at and you feel like, oh, I wish I had done this better. I wish someone told me better, because our audience will also love to learn from those experiences of yours.
Okay. Growing up, because of the place that we were living, okay, I found out that I was not exposed. Like, I was not exposed on time. There were lots of things that I could do as a teenager. I could have started my career earlier. I could have, gotten some courses earlier. Even schooling, we just relegated it to just writing jam. There was no, that zeal. Okay, to pursue it, to do more was not just there, because it's apparently looking like everybody around you are even better than them. So why are you stressing your life? So I was already feeling like you are doing well until I got into school. I saw that your well is not well enough. So, and I had to start. When I entered school, I knew that somehow, my dear, you are backwards. You just have to believe it.
Okay. So I think I would cut in there, because I'm sure that we could have some teenagers who are watching who are thinking, oh, my life is making a lot of sense. At least at age 18, I'm out of secondary school. At 20, I've finally gotten admission, and they're feeling like they're a superstar. But there's something I always believe, and my mentor says that a lot. He says it's better to be the small fish in a bigger ocean than to be the big fish in a small pond. That's always come as a challenge for me. It keeps me feeling, oh, I need to do more. I don't need to wait until, I don't need to stay where I'm being celebrated. I need to stay where I'm being pressured to do more, to become, to grow, to learn. And you just mentioned that, and it resonated with me in so many ways. And if you're a teenager or young person watching this is a reminder or a wake-up call for you, because whatever you're thinking that you've done and you're thinking it's the biggest achievement, someone achieved that years ago. And there could be, you could be on your way to doing something that is already obsolete. So wake up, do more, learn more, challenge yourself. Don't relax. Don't think arrival, think progress. Okay, so I'll come back to you with this question. If you were to be a teenager again, what will you do better?
Teenagers, they have, there's this lots of opportunities that are meant, because people are more willing to help you as a teenager.
Absolutely.
Knowing that
as an adult, you are all your
adulthood has come. Everybody knows that already. Once you're an adult, you know.
Yeah.
That knowing.
There's an awareness
that comes with it. You've come to a point where you have to fend for yourself.
Yeah. Usually it used to be call your auntie, you call this uncle, you call. Now you are the one being called.
You are the one that is being called. And funny enough, that time that we were teenagers, things were cheaper. Now it's not like that. So it's no longer fun. It's not like even as an adult, you already know what this thing is pricing in the market. So why stress your fellow adults on it? So if I were to be a teenager, when I know that, you will see so many programs that are there for teenagers. Most times their programs are free. Most times their books, people are donating to help them. Okay, so this teenage period is a time where you can go for talent shows, show yourself. Show yourself. It's not a
leave
time.
Your comfort zone.
Leave your comfort zone. Do things that anything you feel you can do, just do it.
And the beautiful part is that no matter the background you're coming from, there's a place, there's a space for you.
Exactly.
Because if you're thinking, I'm from a poor home, I don't have anything,
there's someone
you have
to
more
help
advantage
you.
because there are people giving scholarships, giving free tuition or support for young people, for undergraduates. There's always opportunity. And my mentor would always say, what you need to go to school is not your parents' money, it is money. So whoever is giving it, whether it's a philanthropist or a governor or a minister somewhere who is saying, I want to use this 1 million naira to do free will donation for students, take advantage of it, okay? So even if you're also from a rich home, don't relax. Do not relax, because you may be thinking, oh, my dad will sort it out when it's time, I'll go school abroad. You never can tell. Who knows tomorrow? Nobody knows. So whatever you can do now, start building, start growing your portfolio, because by the time you're 18 and out of school, you're 20, you're 25, you're out of school, they'll tell you they need someone who is 21 with 10 years experience.
Exactly.
So start now to garner those experiences for yourself. That's what this conversation is about, right? Mm-hmm. Don't wait. So you're saying that if you were to be a teenager again, that you would do better in terms of personal development.
In terms of personal development,
mm-hmm.
yeah, gathering certifications, do everything you can. It's not even a time of distraction. Yeah. Although there is this tendency to get distracted, but if guided properly, it's not a time to be distracted, because adulthood already has a lot of distractions for you. Like you just know that you are up to this. Yeah. You are matured enough to handle relationship, to handle childbirth, to handle a lot of things. But as a teenager, you have your time to yourself. You have minimal things to do for people. What you have to do is
little or no expectations.
So it's just your time to gather, get better, build, okay, connect. That is the best time. So if I were to be a teenager again, I won't even agree to go and live with my grandparents, because I think it's retarded my growth.
Okay, tell us about that.
Oh, living with my grandparents, I think, like I said, it retarded my growth, because from Aba, I entered another village where you are the one shining star, okay? And then you find out that every other person there is just go to farm, come back, go to farm, come back. It was a routinely something. In fact, you hardly see cars. You hardly see people doing relevant things. The only time you see people doing well is during Christmas, and they are celebrated, and you are not like, am I a village champion? It's just because of, maybe because of I've attended school a bit in the town before coming to live with them, and then living with grannies can be challenging, because you are saying A, they are understanding B.
Absolutely.
And if eventually they see anybody that looks like a guy around you, you are spoiled. They don't even want to know if that's a time to help you, if that's a time to fend for you, defend you, or support you. Their own is they've already termed you.
Misinterpret.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I can relate.
It was challenging more. Okay, I find it hard to express how I feel. I find it hard to even tell them when I'm in my period. I find it hard to express a lot of things. In fact, at the long run, I had to start carrying to my parents, I need to come back. This place is choking me. I really need to come back. And that was the savior for me. When I came back, I was like, there's no place like home, nothing like grannies. They are my grannies, but I love my family more.
Yeah, talking about that, I think it's also a position where a lot of teenagers find themselves, where they are made to stay with extended family, or stay with a relation, just someone, or just go to somewhere, in a dialect we call it a bad boy. You literally have to go to live with someone, be a house help for them, work for them, whether for a pay or for a favor, maybe to send you to school and all that. And the situation we always find is people go there and they are not either well taken care of, or they're exposed to things they're not supposed to be exposed to. Well, parents may not always control that, because, if you're from a poor background, that could be the only option. But I think it's also a call for parents to step up in their hustle so that you can take care of your family. And also, if you're a teenager listening to this and you're already in one of these kind of shoes, don't give up, all right? Don't give up. Keep pushing. If, by the way, you are a successful person, so long as I can tell now, no matter what experiences and exposure that you had, you still are where you are today. You're done with your school. You later went to school, because people could go to that kind of place and now decide, okay, you know what? I'm not going back to school again. but you've gone to school, you've graduated, you've done your NYSC, you've served, and you're working now. So it's such a great place to be for someone coming from your background. So I would want to encourage you, for no matter what you're going through, no matter where you think you are now, even if you think that the world has relegated you, it's not over. You can still become anything. Google about great men, great women. Absolutely. Sometimes they experienced things that you would say, oh, this is the end of it, but they pushed through those moments because it is not the end. All right, so I'll end with this last question. What advice will you give to teenagers watching this? I mean, I know I've said a lot of things already, but today's teenagers have, so let me narrow it down a little bit. Today's teenagers have more distractions than we had in our time, right? So they have social media, they have TV, they have activities, as much as it's important to get involved with physical activities, there are also some that are complete waste of time. So what advice would you have to give teenagers who want to live a life of impact and significance while pushing through all of these distractions?
Okay. My advice to teenagers, 1, turn your distractions to your weapons. Yeah, the distractions, number 1, the social media is there. The social media is a big distraction, but you can turn it as a weapon of war. How? You are there, others are there watching porn, watching things that corrupt their mind.
Comedies, not just things that corrupt the mind.
Exactly,
comedies that just
watching
waste
comedies
your time.
that are just, yes. So turn it to getting certifications. Free ones, some ones that has little tokens that you can just pay. Get those certificates. So instead of you just whiling away watching comedies,
TikTok,
turn it to
Instagram.
Turn it to getting, and even if you must be on social media, you can do things and monetize them. You can even start up a page, okay, and then it gets monetized. You can even reach out to someone to help you. I know some persons that are even doing comedy that started as a teenagers, okay, and now they are blowing everywhere. Social media is a very big space now. If you must be there, then be intentional about it.
Okay, so you're saying don't just be a consumer, also be a creator.
Yes, be a creator.
Because as a consumer, you could waste your time there.
You're wasting your time and your money.
As a creator, you are investing into yourself, you're growing as a person, and you're also getting some returns.
And you're getting some returns.
Okay.
That's one. Okay. And then, secondly, another distraction that teenagers have is outing, club, parties, birthdays. Turn it to seminars. Convert it to meetings. When you see meetings, so far they are free. Shook head, go and learn. Whenever you see great men gather, there must be something that you will get there.
Okay.
Meetings like that, there's always something that you will get there. So instead of you just attending parties, birthdays, eat rice and do ashebi, waste your money and keep, no
please. I'm not against ashebi. I'm just saying.
No. But me, I hardly do ashebi. So instead of just going to parties and all that, when you know that a time will come when you will still be going, because when you're about getting married, you are required to attend more weddings. So that the time shall come for that. But for now, please attend seminars. You see tech, this, attend. You see business, this, attend. I'm not sure you are going to be chased away. So far, you dress good and entered such meeting. So far, they are not, even if they are paid, and if they are not paid, fine, enter and learn. So turn your distractions to your weapons of winning.
Beautiful.
And it will help.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So in essence, bottom line is that you should engage in personal development as a teenager, as against wasting your teen stage. Thank you so much for coming on today's podcast, Eunice Ogbonnaya. Thank you so much. Till we come your way again, this is Everything Teen podcast, and we're so glad to bring this first edition, our very maiden edition, your way. Till we come your way again, peace out.
Thank you.